Okay, so this is the end of the first video. So how do we blend in between? Let me hit Shift B and select everything and hit spacebar to hide everything. I want to show the surface. So in order to blend in between, what I need to do is I need to cut the upper surface somewhere in here. Okay, and we have this one is the first surface, and cut the lower surface in here, and we have the second surface, and in between we will have a space, and we will fill this with a blend surface with a nice continuity. All right, so how do we do that? First, we will choose an edge in here, or an edge in here, also okay. So I will choose an edge in here. I will turn, so this is something we need to remember. So I will do it step by step for you to easy to follow. So first I will go inside the control poly and show the control poly. I just want to select, use this one, the control poly of this edge. And I go to the silk, and I turn this one into the cubic curve. Okay, so let me hide the surface for you to see. So this is the cubic curve. This is actually exactly the edge of the this surface. Okay, so why do we need this one? Later I will separate this cubic curve to the position that I want to separate the surface. For example, I want to separate the surface over here. So I need to separate the cubic curve to a smaller one, so that I will have two cubic curve, one here and another one here. Later that I will use the cubic curve to trim the surface. Okay, so first I have the long cubic curve over here, and I select this one, and I will create another cubic curve, and that is enough. Okay, now I can hide the control poly, and I have two cubic curve. Let me create a new folder, and I call this one cubic curve, CC for cubic curve. Put this into the folder. Now in order to separate the cubic curve, I need to create points. So I need one point in here, one point in the right in the starting point and the ending point of this cubic curve, and we need another in between point over here. So we will use these points to separate the cubic curve. And because down here we already have this point, so we just need to create two more points, one point here and another point here. And we will separate this one, the lower cubic curve, into two small cubic curve. So let me select this one, the cubic curve, and create a Poisson curve. I need to create 3 points, so I click 3 times. Okay, so I click on the first Poisson curve, and I want to bring it to the first position of the curve, so I hit 0. Now you can see the point just go to this position, the starting point of the curve. I click on the curve number 2, and I want to bring it to the end of the curve, so hit 1. So you can see this exactly in this position in the end point. So now I click on the middle, and I bring this one into point 8, for example. This will be the control point. Now I'm doing the same, select the lower curve. And because we already have this point, so I just need to create 2 points. So I click on here and here. Okay, so I select the curve 3 and I go in the U. And because I'm not sure what is the start point and the end point of the cubic curve, so I can go to set 0.9 to see where is the point. Okay, so you can see 0.9 go closer to here. I don't want that. So I want to go back to 0, which is here, all right? 0, okay. Now I click on the curve 4 and I want to bring it, let's go to 0.9, closer to this position, okay? Now we have enough points to separate the cubic curve. And I create a new folder and I call this one point. And I put everything inside the points. And because I don't want to touch the start and the end point, so because this one, the point 0 is, the U is 0, okay, I don't want to touch it. This one I can touch this. This one, the end point, I don't want to touch it. This one, I don't want to touch it. So I will create a new group inside the points. Okay, and create another one. And I call this one start and end point, and this one is the middle. The middle is the point that I can control, that I can move it later. So I will select this one. I will select this one. You can see the U is 0. I put this into the start and end point. This one is 0.8. I put this into the middle. This one is 1. I put it to the start and end point. This one is 0. Put it start and end point. This one 0.9. I put it in the middle. Okay. So now I can separate the cubic curve. So now if I show the cubic curve, it will be hard to select the points. So I will hide the cubic curve. And this is the curve 0, as you can see. I control select the cubic curve 0 and these 2 points. And I using this tool to generate a control poly, but the shorter one. So why we create a control poly segment? Because we cannot create cubic curve directly. We need to create the control poly segment first. Okay. Now I can hide the control poly segment. Doing the same, I select this one, which is this cubic curve, and these 2 points. Okay, I will use these 2 points to trim the cubic curve. And then I create this one. Okay. I hide the curve segment. Now I move to the second cubic curve. Select the second cubic curve. This point and this point. And I create a control poly. And this is the last one. Select the cubic curve and control select these 2 points and create a control poly segment. Okay. Now I can hide the points. Hide the folder of the points. And I show all of the control poly segment. And because this is the control poly segment, so I need to create a new group, and I call this one segment. And inside the segment, I create a new group, and I call this one control poly. segment. So I put these guys inside the control poly segment. Okay, now after we have the control poly segment, we're ready to turn each one into the cubic curve. So I select this one and turn this into cubic curve. This one to cubic curve. Okay. Now I can hide all of these control poly segment. And I should create a new folder inside the segment, and I call this one cubic curve segment. And I select all of these cubic curve segment inside the cubic curve segment. Now it's time to split the surface. So you go inside the surface over here. So this is the first surface. Okay, I select the first surface and then control selecting this cubic curve, and I use this tool, control grid 4 edge segment. Click on it, and what it does is it will generate a grid, and later we can use this grid to creating a small surface. Okay, doing the same, I select this one, which is this surface, and this small cubic curve over here, and create a grid based on this. Okay, now we finished the first. Now we're done with this surface. So I click on this second surface, and then I control click on this small one over here, and I create a grid, a small grid. Doing the same, I select this one, and create a small grid. Okay, now we have 4 grid, and I will create a new group. Select this segment, create a new group, and I will call this one grid segment. Put everything inside the grid segment. Okay. Now if I show the grid segment, I selected this one, and I turn this into a cubic surface. Okay, and I want to move it to the other side, the big one, and I turn this into surface. Okay, how about in the middle? In the middle, we will do a little bit different. But let me create a new folder, and I call this one surface segment, and I put the shoe into the surface segment. Okay, now we need to blend in between these two small grid. So let me hide these two surfaces, and I also want to hide this grid and this grid, so that we have these two. Now I select this one. Okay, make sure you select this one, and control select this one. Okay, and you can go up to the control grid setting 4, click on it, and you just have a blending between the two small grid. So you can go back to the grid segment and hide the issue. Okay, now I can create a new folder, and we call this one grid plane, and I put this one inside the grid plane. Okay, I select the grid plane, and I turn this into a surface seeking 4. So now I can hide the grid and create a new folder, and I call this one surface. blend and put the surface blend inside here. Now I can show the surface segment. So this is what we have. You can go to the curves workbench to see the quality of the continuity is now much better. Okay. And the nice things about this is that you can control the blending surface. So let me go to the floodlight, and you can control the position of the blending surface by go inside the poise. And for sure, we don't want to touch the end and start point. So I will show the middle point. Okay, so we only have 2 points in here. So this point is up here. So we can just simply change the U number, for example, 0.5. And you can see now everything working really nice. And you can also go back to the sketch. And I think I should hide the cubic curve segment. And I just want to show the sketches. Okay. Now, if I change this one, you can see how everything updates in a very parametric way. And the cool thing about this, if I control select V3, and I go to the plot workbench and I go to connect, I can click on the connect and I can go to the 3D offset. And I can bump this one up to 20 and fill offset. Okay. Now you can see everything working really nice. I can click on the offset, go to the deviation 0.01, and let's show the shed. So now if I hide the connect, I can go to the curves and show the zebra. So now you can see the quality of the surface is very good. If you want to relax this corner a little bit, you can go inside this sketch and make this line longer a little bit. And you can also go to the segment and click on the grid plane, this one. Okay. You can go to the data and you can adjust the scale tangent to make it, you can increase this one up to 3 or decrease this one up down to 1. And you have much more control of the blending surface. Let's go to 3. That's it for the tutorial. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.